Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Look at the lineups here, it looks very much, Jim, like a 5-4-1.
Well, if flexibility doesn't have an influence on this system, we truly are looking at an approach that is quite negative. But at least there is good scope to turn a seemingly deep-line defence into a more dangerous attacking outfit. This system will allow plenty of attacking numbers without necessarily compromising on that discipline.
We're underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I like the look of this guy, Eberechi Eze, someone who has this unique swagger about him. Who would have thought that at 16 his career was almost over after a spate of rejections? I just love his dynamism and the X-factor he's got in his game.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Isidore, the pressing's intense and it's paid off. Saka. Trossard. Saka. Nice physical challenge. Great defending, strong and determined. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Tries a deft little ball. And it's hoisted clear. Throw it. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Subimendi.
Arsenal, well, Peter, look how far up the fullbacks are getting now. This is really high.
And constantly after the ball, aren't they? And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Saliba, and it's Rice. Referee has just said play on. And reclaimed it in a trice. Moved on forwards. Isidore, laid out to the left flank. Isidore, big chance! Isidore gets flagged offside. Steps in, and that's the end of that. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Saka. Trossard. Granit Xhaka. Out to the left it goes. Saliba, and it's played forward. Mikel Merino is onto it in a flash. Trossard! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Herring after the ball here. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And there's green grass ahead of him. Traore, and the shot! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Mikel Merino takes control of it and he's on the move. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Isidore, Traore, and that is a Isidore! Rice, Trossard, Eze shifted upfield, and it's Timber. Timber played with finesse. Renildo, Isidore, Lefebvre, Traore! And claimed it back swiftly. Now it's Saka. That is going to be the final action of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. And we are up to the break.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained. So I'm looking forward to what's to come.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway. So the first half brought no goals. Xhaka aimed forwards. Zubimendi. Gabriel gently done. Rice. That's really well manoeuvred. Arsenal have reclaimed it. And here's Marino, and the shot! And the ball's come loose here. He'll try to keep this alive. Trossard. And here's Marino. Real chance! Lefebvre. Lefebvre forwards and with intent. Trossard. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. It's Timber. Lefebvre. Lefebvre gently done. Lefebvre. Well into the second half and still there's nothing between them. Lefebvre. Granit Xhaka. Oh, it's come loose. And it's Marino. Trossard. Saka. Lefebvre does really well to win the ball there. And that is a little undercooked. Saliba. Gabriel. Eze. Rice. Calafiori.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Renildo. Buffet. Aim forwards. Danger averted for now. Buffet. Now here's the delivery. Defending of the desperate variety.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Trossard. And it's Eze. Isidore. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Ukiele.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Renildo. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Lefebvre shifted upfield. Tries from distance. What about that? And that might well be that. So the first goal of the game.
Look, their supporters must be going barmy about this because there's no sense of purpose in what we're seeing.
Moved on forwards. Nicely intercepted. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. And it's Lefebvre. Lefebvre is lofted through here. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel